Hello everyone, welcome to the Redmen TV. It is transfer latest here on deadline day and we are powered by Snickers Protein. Thank you so much to those guys for supporting us during the closing stages of the transfer window. And what a closing stages it has been so far. Just a little reminder, two things: you can get in touch with us using the hashtag fanline on Twitter if you want to get questions in for the show. But also, Chris and I are going to be involved in the Deadline Day live show on the Ball Street YouTube channel. I'm going to be there from 7 till 8, 9 till something like that. From 7 p.m. onwards, Chris and I are tagging in and out on an hourly basis alongside Flav and James and a whole host of other football YouTubers as well. Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV, I think Baz and Pev from Toffee TV. It's going to be a boss show, proper old school social club style, albeit digitally. The show's going to be good, and there seems to be a whole host of things to talk about. Right here, right now, we've decided to bring this show early just to keep everyone abreast with what's going on deadline day. And let's be honest, it's all going on deadline day. We know Ben Davies having his medical this morning. That is yet to be fully announced, but it looks like that's just a formality at this stage. A £2 million fee agreed with Preston North End. That'll see Sepp Vandenberg going the other direction. But the big talk right now is Liverpool are going for a second centre-back on deadline day. And the one that has gathered the most pace right now, according to Fabrizio Romano, who's been chatting to Ball Street over on their channel a lot in the last week or so. There's two tweets, and I'm going to follow the sort of the chronological path of this one. So this one is from 11:45, and he said Liverpool are in talks with Ozan Kabak agents. Schalke would only sell him only on loan with an obligation to buy, total of around €30 million. But Liverpool have also another name in their list if Schalke won't find a replacement. They're saying he's saying no Coletta Carr, who's the guy from Marseille, and no Sven Botman. Right, then following on from that, tweeting just over half an hour later on, 1 p.m. today, Fabrizio Romano once again says Liverpool have reached an agreement over personal terms with Ozan Kabak. Agent's fee agreed to. Negotiations on with Schalke, wants to include the obligation to buy and still working on the replacement. And then in brackets, Mustafi talks on. Liverpool also have a plan B. Really interesting stuff. Chris Williams, who's a Bundesliga expert, he's appeared on Redmen a ton of times, he's a good friend of ours. He said it might be a race against time for Liverpool and Kabak if Schalke want to sign a replacement, but Schalke posted a revenue drop of €102 million, a 31% loss from the previous year, already planning for life in Bundesliga 2. Financial guarantees are important to sales guarantee income. And he goes on to follow on and say, from Sky Germany, Schalke have identified Mustafi as Kabak's replacement. And this is sort of echoed as well. We've got a guy called Dr. Manuel Veth, who says Schalke are on the verge of signing Mustafi. The Arsenal defender will replace Kabak, who's pending his medical, and all final details will be heading to LFC. This is all going down to the wire, but as first reported on Transfermarkt, Liverpool have had an eye on Kabak for some time. And there's just a really interesting take on this from Matt Ladson from This Is Anfield, who believes that Liverpool are effectively just kind of hedging their bets at this point. And I think this is a very intelligent sort of approach from Liverpool for all these things. He's saying it seems that Liverpool have lined up Kabak as the replacement if they can't get the Duje Coletta Carr deal over the line. Schalke and Marseille both desperate for the money. A game of poker between Liverpool and Marseille now have a stronger hand with the Kabak deal organised and therefore prepared to walk away from signing DCC. And I do wonder whether the signing the Ben Davies thing as well. For £2 million, you've brought in another decent quality centre-half to give you cover and options. But it also means that if Liverpool can afford to be a bit bolshier today, they can afford to get the right deal across the line for them, because they know that if the worst came to the worst, they have at least bolstered their ranks. So, yeah, really, really fascinating stuff. If you've got any thoughts on this, let me know in the comments, but I will get to the fan line questions in the meantime. on this. The first one is from Farouk, is Mohammed, 64720744. Definitely not a bot. Says final line, well and good we've signed Ben Davies, but he has no Premier League experience, so I don't think that will solve our problem. We needed to sign an experienced player to fit in immediately. Our problem is now, not the future. It's an interesting point from Farouk. I don't disagree. I think Liverpool have been left in a very uncomfortable situation where I think they're genuine targets. You look at like Upamecano, simply not available this window for two reasons. I'm not sure Liverpool can generate necessarily the funds that they require, but also I just don't think Upamecano is available. And if he's available, I don't think he's available to Liverpool. We've got RB Leipzig coming up in the Champions League, and I don't think they will be looking to weaken that themselves ahead of that game when the money that you can generate from going another round is more than money that you're gonna get by getting the deal boxed in January in that regard. So I think Liverpool have been very canny in what they've done so far. And I think in Davies, what you've got there is, I think he's notably an improvement on Reece Williams, and he might well be an improvement on Nat Phillips, in so much as he's got loads more first team senior football appearances under his belt. They're talking about 250 senior appearances. Now, some of them are lower down the leagues, to be sure, but if you have to throw him in there, he is a proper centre half. He's not a makeshift guy. He's an upgrade on the cover that we've got so far, although not necessarily. The questions remain whether he's better than Henderson or Fabinho, but it makes more sense as part of a double swoop, which is, I think, what we're seeing Liverpool moving towards today. Baby Keith, a big fudge XXL, says, can you see Nat Phillips having a potential future in the Premier League and being used as part of a potential deal for a centre-back in the summer? Based on recent performances, he seems to have the makings of a decent Championship/mid-table Premier League centre-back. I think Nat Phillips has done his career no harm whatsoever by performing for Liverpool, particularly in the last two games. I think he's gone from being a second tier, nailed on second tier of most European leagues, including England, to he could well find himself as a Premier League option somewhere, without a doubt. We've certainly sold a number of players to that sort of level. I think he could fit in for a football team that wants to just defend. I think he would be a very good addition. So I wouldn't be shocked, and all more power to him, because I really like Nat Phillips has been. I don't think he's put a foot wrong for us, and if he's not good enough to play for Liverpool, that's not his fault, but I don't think he's not good enough to play for Liverpool on a lack of effort or endeavour. So more power to him. And Chris Allen is going to wrap up this show, and we will be doing more stuff throughout the day. If more stuff happens, we will be here. Don't you worry. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Chris Allen, lad, says, if Barca came in with a 150 million bid for Nat Phillips, would you take it? No. You know why? Because Barcelona would be desperate, and you just got to play the same hand that we played with Coutinho and the same hand that Dortmund played with Ousmane Dembele, and be like, if you really want him, then 151 million or 150 plus a quid, whatever. Thank you so much to Liam Bento, who's joined as a club captain member. You get access to today's Final Word show, so if you want to keep yourself occupied between all the transfer madness, we've just done a 60-minute Final Word show looking back on the West Ham game, which is available to club captain and club legend tier members here on the YouTube. Really, really good stuff indeed. And yes, don't forget, stay tuned. We've got a Redmen Reacts, a little bit of a more in-depth chat on Ben Davies. That is out right now, in fact, on the redmentv.com. We've got more stuff lined up, getting you more in-depth details about him. We've got a great interview lined up tomorrow. We should have more on a potential deal if the Kabak deal goes across the line. We're going to have that covered on the website as well. And any breaking news will be here on the YouTube channel. And again, don't forget to check out Deadline Day Live over on Ball Street. It's back, baby, for Deadline Day. Me and Chris will be there, so do come and hang out with us over on that show this evening from 7 p.m. I'll be there. Thanks very much. Fingers crossed Liverpool get more deals done. What are your thoughts? Are you enjoying the deals so far? Are you enjoying the Deadline Day excitement? Let me know in the comments. Tweet us at the Redmen TV using hashtag FanLine if you want to get involved. And we'll see you all very soon. Ta-ra. Thank you so much for watching the Redmen TV YouTube channel. Everything we do here is funded by our wonderful subscribers to the redmentv.com. Get over there, sign up, and get amazing additional content, interviews, documentaries, mini-series, and of course additional pre and post match